So, rocker clearance, running hot or cold, it's 0.012 of an inch. 1/2 of an inch on the feeler gauge is there. See the 12? Just there. So I know my feeler gauge because the feeler gauge has got all different marks on it. This one has, my other gauge has got no marks on it, that's another story. So we go to the engine. We now know it's got to be 12 thousandths. Right, so you loosen them all off by literally just turning the screws upwards. Now the nuts are going to move as well, so don't worry about that. It's all going to be loose because at the moment, look at that, look, it's so loose. All right, you try and start an engine like that, it's going to rattle and it's going to damage itself. It's going to be a nightmare. So we've got to get 12 thousandths of an inch gap under each of these in the right order. If you do it in the wrong order, you're going to mess it up. The way you do it is, it's called the rule of 9. So, correct me if I'm wrong, we've got 8 tappets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, to adjust number 1, 1 from 9 is 8. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, number 8 needs to be fully open, then we can adjust number 1, because 1 plus 8 is 9. It'll all become clearer in a minute. So we get this one here. Right. Or is it fully? It's fully down actually. So that tappet has got to be yep, that's it. Right. So with this tappet open, number 8, so inside the piston now, it's pushing down and opening up this tappet. This one here is fully closed. It's all loose. So we just make sure, just film back on here, that I'm definitely fully open on this one. You turn it with the start handle just until it pushes down, number 8, where my finger is, and it will just stop when it's open. Just there, that's open, that's fully open. Number 8's fully open. So you go back down into number 1, and it's like that. So you shove that under there, and at the moment, that's well out. So you get a screwdriver, you turn that down, and what that's doing is, you see it's tightening up this end. See this bit here? It's tightening it down. So you put that in there, tighten it down until it just literally bites. Like that, it'll just bite. So you just get that in there, and it's just biting. Now as soon as it bites, you get your spanner, which is here, and you tighten up the lock nut. Now I'm not going to cut corners on this, because I want you to see how this is done. I'm just going to tighten that lock nut. Now that is 12. I'm just about friction push in the feeler gauge, so it's got a little bit of friction, but that is now 12 thousandths of an inch. All right, that's because I had number 8 down. Now we want to do number 2. So the rule of 9. What's 9 take away 2? Is 7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that one's got to be fully shut. Sorry, fully open. So compress it so it's pushing down, down, down. You can test it by going through it. Get it to go down to there. That's open. If that one's open, that's number 7. Plus 2 is 9. So we're doing number 2, which is here. See how loose that one is? So you go in there like that. And again, screw it down on this end just till it bites. At the moment, it's not biting. Now that's biting now, just biting. See? Look, it's friction. So we get the spanner, put it on there. A good thing to do is put your screwdriver in there so it doesn't move, and just tighten that up. And that is not even tightening it because the spanner's too big. hang on, that's done it, that's done it, that's done it. Right, so we can test it. That's not bad. Do have doing it a little bit tighter, so undo the grub screw, tighten it down a bit, just so now that's gripped. Now we tighten it up again. Now that's friction, see that? Friction, 12 thou. So that's number 1 and 2 sets. So now, rule of 9, we want to do number 3. So 9 take away 3 is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one here has got to be fully compressed down. Down it goes. It went up again, I went over the top there. See, I went too far. Down to there. So that's number 7. To make it up to 9 is, sorry, that's number 6. Is that number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's number 6. 7, 8, 9. That means we're doing number 3. That's this one. Straight on to number 3. Screw it down. Hold that spanner for me. Screw it down. 12 thousandths. That's 12. That's about right. So that's where we want it. Get the lock screw down. Always keep checking it. Like that. Give us the spanner. Stick that on there like that. That's a little bit tight, so I'm going to just back that screw off slightly. Get the locker on there. That's 12. A little bit of interference. So that's 3 done. We'll carry on. So you want to do number 4. 4 from 9. So it's 4, 6. What's that? 5, 6, 7, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one here has got to be fully compressed. So 5. Bring it down. There it goes. To there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means we can do number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's this one here. You getting it? And there's number 4. Now, like I say, this is a bit of a long-winded video, but if you're doing this and you ain't done it before, you probably thank me that I don't say I'll start filming when I've finished it. I'm showing you how it's done from the start. Right, so that's exactly 12 thou there. Put the lock on it. Hold that on top, otherwise when you do it up, if you haven't got the screwdriver in the top, you turn the damn adjusting screw as well and it all goes out. So tweak it up. That's 12, right? So we've now done 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do number 5 now. So 5 from 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we take number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's this one. That's got to be fully open, which means it pushes down. So down it goes. There it goes. That's down. This one's loose. So again, that's loose. So now we're on this one here. Screw it in. That's nice and tight. I say tight, it's just frictionally on your feeler gauges. When you buy your feeler gauges, try and get some vintage ones, because you go and get modern feeler gauges, they're utter rubbish. I think Moore and Wright do feeler gauges. Just get some vintage ones that are quality from the 50s or the 60s, because anything you buy now is just junk, utter junk. You want all vintage stuff. So that is 12 thou in there. If anything, it's a tiny bit tight, so I'm going to back it off literally a fraction and then just tweak it up. And now that should be, yeah, you see that's better. Look, see that? This is when you check and find out you've done it all to the wrong number. So it's 12 on there. Right, so that's that done. So we now want to do this one, which number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. 6 from 9, 6 leaves 3. So number 3, 1, 2, 3. This one here has to be fully down. And that's fully down. It just starts, it goes down and it just goes on the turn. Like that, right? So that's down now. So that's number 3, which means we're going to adjust number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because 6 and 3 is 9, and that's well out at the moment. So we go in, tighten this one down. It's going to take a lot of tightening because we undone them all when we took the head off. If you look back in the video, you'll see when we took the head off, we undone all these because it takes the stress. And one little tip is if the head's stuck, just leave them slightly tighter and turn the crank handle and it will pop the head off itself. So that's now, but look in my other videos for that, I rushed over that there. Look, that's 12. So now we're going to put that in there, that on there, and tighten it up like so. See it? Do you see that just moved then? Turn it back, give it a tweak. Now you don't have to tighten these nuts up on these cars till they break. These you do, use a torque wrench, but you don't need to tighten these down with a jackhammer. Just get them tight, just so that they're tweaked and they're tight. They're not going to come off, but don't over tighten them. So now we want to do this one. That one's number 8. So guess what? To adjust number 8, we take up 8 and 1 is 9. So we take up number, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's number 7, sorry. Number 2. Number 2 goes up. So 2. Straight down. Number 2. Right, it's because we're doing number 7. And 7 plus 2 is 9. So now we're on this one. So let's get that in there. Come on, stick with it. We're nearly there. Right, and like I say, the people that are going to watch this to the end are the people that are doing this for the first time. Right, that's in. Tighten it up. Right, give it a tweak. Just watching that screw doesn't move as you tweak it, like it just did. It's not critical at the moment, so I've still got the feeler gauge in. But it's going to tighten that right up, so that's too tight now, so come off of it. That's all right. Just a tiny tad more. I'd say that is, if anything, slightly tighter, but we're going to go through them all at the end and just double check. That's slightly too tight, that one. So we're just going to undo that one slightly, tighten it up again. Now that should be 12 thousandth, and it is. It's perfect. Look. Right, last one is the M1. So this one, that's number 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So number 1 has got to be fully compressed. To there. Now this one's loose. So everything's easy when you know how it's done. Turn that down as I showed you, same as before. Number 12, like that, in there, just so it bites. Just so it bites. That's bitten. That's bitten. Now tighten it up. Tighten it up. Now that is the gaps set. Just tighten this one up. All right. That's it. Now, when this engine now starts, all those gaps are correct. All right. Now, what you can do, but I'm not going to do it on film, is just quickly check them all. Go through them all again, make sure you've not messed any up, but you'll find that they're all exactly 12,000 now. They're all checked and set. So that's your gaps checked for your valves, your valve clearance gaps. That's it.